Map 2 is on the card now for ESL Pro League. What are you laughing at?
Your gruff voice.
Yeah, sorry, I'm very ill. I haven't had to do this before.
Have a gruff voice.
No, I've just never been ill.
You never get sick?
I've never, no.
Are you superhuman?
I think so.
Nice.
My immune system just once a year is like, all right.
And this is that time?
The jig is up, yeah.
It's not bad. You made it all the way to, what are we in, October now?
Yeah, so this is it.
Pretty good.
This is what ill Alex looks like, so welcome to the show. But,
You still look beautiful.
Darling.
Just the way you sound.
Stop. I do sound a little gruff. It's a nice way to put it.
You could go on an adult talk line, telephone
Is this,
line?
what's an adult telephone line? What do they do there?
You talk about adult things like newspapers.
Oh, and coffee.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like coffee.
That's an adult thing.
Cappuccinos.
And that newspaper thing. Oh, adult discussions. Anyway, moving into the Counter-Strike, before we do stray too far off topic, Mirage has been done and dusted. And have you got a haircut?
No.
It looks better today, though.
Oh, thanks.
I actually like it like this.
Thank you.
It's your thing.
Okay.
Make it your thing.
Cool.
Yeah. Chad, once again, looking for a haircut advice. Hashtag ESL Pro League. In fact, I'm sorry, I shouldn't do that because you got loads of rubbish haircut suggestions last time.
They weren't very good.
No? Okay. Train's coming up next between Mousesports and Hellraisers. We did just witness Mirage. It was a little bit of the Nico show, but also great to see Laul's debut. Filling in for Oscar, of course, who has basically, it feels like a bit of a team decision, removing him from the roster.
It all happened very quick. So Laul's only been in the team for 4 days.
Yes.
It happened on the 8th of October, and it's only the 11th today, right? Am I doing that right?
You are correct.
Okay, so that happened super quick. So just a fun fact, they've already played, with Laul in the team, they've already played Cobble, Mirage twice, Overpass, Dust 2, and now they're about to play Train. In 4 days, they've had to run this kid who's 19. He probably doesn't sleep. He probably plays like 20 hours of Counter-Strike and sleeps for 4, so it's been no issue. He would have no problem with the 12 hours of Counter-Strike, let me tell you. 19-year-old me would agree. So they're probably putting in a lot of effort right now, and it's showing, you know.
Have they had success on some of these maps as well?
So let me...
you have that in front of you?
I had it.
You did?
I had it, but I closed.
No, it's okay, don't worry
I should be able to click back.
Yikes.
Oh, that's
something else.
That's not what we want.
All right, well...
You make it sound like it's bad.
While you look for that, I just want to also outline that something else is going on off stream. Let's not forget there is a second stream for the ESL Pro League, and Heroic Fnatic is doing battle. Very important game for both teams, and I want to refresh it because it was on the oh wow, it went right down. It was 15-14. Heroic had a chance to go ahead and take it into OT, and Fnatic closed it out. 16-14 victory for the Swedish side, and you can go ahead and catch that on our B stream. I'm sorry, that's available there. I can't control it. I feel like I need to get some more drugs in me. But 30 frags from Valdi, 30 frags from Twist. It was a real nail biter, I think is the perfect way to put it. So that's going on the B stream. If you want to catch the second map, you can do so. You loaded it up?
The success that they've had is 5 victories.
On 5 different maps? On 4 different maps?
Well, 4 different maps. So they beat Fnatic in ECS, which has just started, which is a really good showing considering, you know, we all thought Fnatic were on the rise. This Mousesports lineup is looking pretty good. They beat Flipside last night. That's no real surprise. People, you know, Flipside are all over the shop at the moment.
A free win in everyone's books.
That's not very nice, Alex.
But in a lot of people's books. I mean, not my book.
Oh, okay. In everybody else's book.
I don't possess a book.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so they've managed to defeat all of their opponents thus far. And I feel that will continue going into the Train.
The Train.
But they have never played it before with this 5. So it'll be interesting to see where Laos slots in. Because Oscar would have been doing the main AWP duties on that map now, and now Chris J's got to get back to it. So it'll be interesting to see how he fits in.
Well, what's so crazy as well about all of this is that we did see, you know, the impact. In fact, I feel like it was, you know, we were talking about the impact of one roster change. We talked about Navi. We had these lists of examples. Envy as well, where you lose one player and everything goes to poo.
Yep.
So far, so good. Mousesports, goodbye, Oscar, hello, Laul, and they haven't lost a map yet.
Well, their whole run in Pro League this season has been pretty good, right? They're currently sitting at the top of the table. Their last match is going to be against an embattled Astralis, which I believe is going to be on the last day.
And bite your tongue about Astralis. We got to talk about them later.
Well, they're in Struggle Town, but yeah, we'll get on them later. So it's going to be interesting. If they can take this one, I think that's... Well, I'm pretty sure after this win, they've secured their place in Brazil.
That's right.
Yeah, so they'll be really gunning for this one, and I think... you know, this edition of it's all young guns getting added. I know that seems old. We're not grabbing older players and adding to the rosters, but they're all quite young, all the new talent, which is great to see.
It really is. And you know what's going to be great to see is Train. What are your predictions for this one?
I think Mouse are looking really strong.
Chad thinks Mouse are going to lock themselves in for Sao Paulo coming up later this month. Let's head over to your casters, though, to get into our second map.
Thank you. And Alex, you sound glorious right now. Very healthy. Picture of health, almost.
It's doing well.
Yeah, he's keeping it together,
All
to be
things
fair.
considered, yeah. he's
Keeping
doing
it
a good
together.
job.
Your thoughts on this one then coming in? It's tipped to be Mouse's map, I guess, from the desk. Would you kind of echo the same sentiment?
I still think Mirage was a good game. It did come down to those key clutches there. So
Yeah.
Hellraisers played well as a unit, just let themselves down towards the end. It's difficult to predict, really, like the guys said. Is Chris J back to warping roles here? It was a good map for them before. I'm interested to see how they adapt and actually bring him into the roster fully now. He's going to be in that main orb. Lowell, another debut showing for him. I've obviously haven't watched him on this map as of yet with him in it, so I'm interested to see what they bring to the table. Hellraisers with Dead Fox, he was pretty quiet in that first game. I'm hoping he can step up here. A big orb map going forward, so it'll be a big duel going forward.
Yeah, Hellraisers have got a decent history, I guess, on Train to a degree. They've certainly been able to pick up a couple of maybe surprising victories over other teams. If you just check out the results on HLTV, you'll see it for yourselves. They certainly have some diligence here in that form. So again, this could be quite an interesting matchup depending on who turns up. If you see Dead Fox in form, that could be quite interesting. But again, Chris J as well, what a counterpoint as well to see. But we're both getting this one underway. And yeah, recently not been a brilliant home for Mousesports, but you know, different lineup, different style coming back into this one. So eyes on what they bring to this. So starting out, it does seem as though Hellraisers will be on the T side to begin with, and Mousesports will be on the CT side.
2 smokes for Hellraisers. B site is very much favoured for the pistol round, especially. It means you can often trade quite equally there as a terrorist there and almost guarantee the plant every single time. So if you're not winning the round, you're getting the bomb down going forward. And we have a little pause to kick things off here, so we have some time to kind of break this down.
Go on, Henry, take it away.
So the reason you go towards B, like I said, you want to get the bomb down, and you could have the opportunity to go very aggressive towards the connector, stop the rotations coming from the CTs. And you'll see, I would say, 80% of pistol rounds are heading towards B. Obviously, you can go for that initial bit of exchange, try and get an equal kill, then fall back towards Pop Dog, try and trick the CTs. And in terms of a counter-terrorist point of view as well, you're normally holding back quite passively, calling for rotations in, and normally having the upper hand in terms of you can find that one kill to start with and keep players alive from those very deep positions. We'll see what they bring to the table. Obviously, you have the option to go aggressive as well if you want to push Ivy with 2 players at the start and see whether you can get that first kill, maybe stop a little bit of a lurk going on. That could be very prevalent in a Mousesports lineup. Certainly. Who knows? But in terms of the buy as well, I'm interested to see we haven't got a Molotov from Hellraisers. That's normally quite common in today's meta. Obviously, you have the inside plant with the door. You can bounce a Molotov off for the last-minute defuse. But Mousesports have got themselves a kit and 4 sets of armor, a smoke as well. So Speedy buys that smoke primarily to shut down that Molotov that could be coming in, right?
Well, keeping his eyes towards the future. We do have the raid boss on 0 as well, so he could be quite a unique one in this one. Sticko as well lining up, I believe, a smoke towards A at the moment. So this could be a bit of a ploy, maybe, just keep him guessing. We'll see, because otherwise it looks as though we're going through the motions as to what to expect. But this may not be the case. 0 and Bondic are making a lot of noise through the brown holes, maybe trying to display something if anyone's playing close, but as you theorized, most of the CT side will be sitting back, trying to use those USBSs, not overcommit towards the side itself, not get caught out by that Glock train that normally comes in.
Well, they're going to be in a full default right now, the terrorist it is. So Sticko, you can see he's actually watching towards long A. He's actually using his smoke towards outer, so this could be a bit of a ruse. Maybe it's a full-on outer push here. As the smoke's going towards connector, flashes in as well. Angel's going very aggressively here, and it's the CT's trying to do what they can through the smoke, but Chris J gets the first headshot, and he has to fall back at this point.
This is very unique. You don't often see this. Now, let's see if it actually comes apart. Normally, you can see the floors very, very quickly with people hitting towards that outer bomb site, but so far, relatively good. Bomb plant, and it's retake now for the CT side. You've got Chris J already quite low. The Glocks are in decent range, you could argue as well. They're in that range where they can actually really contest with those USPSs. Angel's just trying to take a little bit of a fight. There are 2 players down by Ivy, so you've got to be relatively careful, and time is ticking. But there's that smoke used from Spiddy. Now, he's got a kit as well. He's going to go for this one. Draws out Dead Fox with a bit of a spray, and it sets up Nico to get the kills. Chris J's found one as well, but Angel is fighting back. 2 for him, but the defuse is coming in, and that is all she wrote. Angel couldn't get there in time. He does get the kill in the end, and GoTV is just messing with us a little bit there.
A little bit, but there it is. We saw the outside execution coming in. And one thing I normally say about the outer bomb side as well, when you get the bomb down in an equal situation like that, they even had the man advantage. Oh, sorry, it was Nico that got the first kill. But the man advantage, even when you got the bomb down, it's one of the hardest sides to recover when you're in a CT side, especially the pistols as well. They do a great job there, and we said that smoke will be used to stop the Molotov towards the inside side. It actually works, goes one better, and actually stops the bomb being spotted by the terrorist at all. 40 views comes in while his teammates actually find the frags. So a very good round there for Mousesports, recovering quite nicely after the initial execution comes in from the T. So we do see Angel, interesting enough, he's got a Deagle and armor. His teammate's obviously going to be fully equipped. It's the same situation as Mirage. By AK's on the 3rd. He's trying to find that first pick, but goes down to 30 HP straight away.
Yeah, I guess he kept that over from the last round. So not the end of the world for him just to get a Deagle.
That's right, he did stay alive.
Yeah, I think he just stayed alive at the end when the
right.
GoTV lagged. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure no one was able to find him in the end. So why not go for it? You can maybe get something away here. It's not the worst investment in the world. No one else going to go for it. And if they get a plant out of this, that would be absolutely exceptional. But very, very unlikely again. We'll see if they can maybe make something happen. It'd be merely just kind of, I guess, meat shielding their way towards a site. But with the SMGs up against them, it's kind of hard to see this working out. Dennis and Lowell starting to push up a little bit as well. Starting to get a little bit close. You've got mollies. You've got a couple of flashes. It's going to be quite tricky for Hellraisers to get out here, but Angel's made a bit of a play. Chris J now being found. It's just going to spur on Dennis. You can see the spray coming in. Angel's found another. That's 2 already. Good impact being made for a buy that really wasn't going to come to much. This isn't bad. Anything on top is a bonus. Now Lowell will take down Dead Fox. So Angel, anything here is great for him. Gets a little bit of a jiggle peek there, and it's Nico just take his head off. So no plant for them, couple of kills. You're not going to get much more out of that round. Maybe a B hit could have equated to a bomb plant possibly, but, you know.
To be fair, they don't really need it that desperately. You can see those couple of kills.
Already
That's just limited the CT economy, right? So finding kills and then just waiting for this round to come in, that's pretty perfect, to be honest. You can see the CT struggling this round. They've got 3 rifle shot, but 2 UMPs. Not ideal. Up against the 5 AKs and 5 smokes available. Angel has a Molotov as well. This is be very similar to what we saw on Morale. You'll slow things right down, try and work those initial picks, see if there's any CT aggression coming in. They're going to take over Brown Halls once again. It'll be 0 leading the charge here. It's a very valuable piece of real estate on the map. You can stop the CTs having possession of this. It means you can actually keep potentially 2 players towards inside. They can't really justify 1. They're going to be doing that for now, though. Speedy just with the UMP towards that position. It's quite a strange setup from the CTs. You can just see them focusing towards the Ivy position in a straight line formation as they hold off and anticipate a full execute potentially coming in, but I don't think it'll be happening anytime soon. Hellraisers certainly want to bleed out the CTs, get them guessing a little bit more, maybe hunt for some information here, but still going to be holding 4 towards that side.
Yeah, Lol's been kind of gifted. I guess gifted is a strong word, given the position of holding down Ivy, which is always so tricky, so dependent on everyone else staying alive, keeping those angles safe, so you can focus on that one position almost here. Going to be secondary to helping out towards Pop and such if Dennis and Chris J have issues. But for now, Nico's kind of pulled himself, peeled away from A, going to play over towards B, something we saw prevalent throughout the opening 2 rounds. Now into the third, he kind of played a little bit towards A, as you highlighted, those 4 players there were earlier. Now going back to what we kind of saw at the start from Hellraisers, but obviously now with weapons, going to be going maybe for this A hit coming through. Dennis, Chris J, what are you going to do about this one? They've got the mollies to slow it down, and they're going to push up quite aggressively, actually. Dennis instantly looking towards Pop. No one's actually there just yet, but they're actually all playing out. Now we're going to see it come through. Lovely shots coming in from Hellraiser, just hitting the shots when they need to. Lowell is there still, but that's about it. Nico's worked his way through the smoke and finds an angle. He sprays, but he can't get the kills, but he does a great deal of damage. Possible for Lowell to do something about this one, but still in such a tricky position to make it count. Speedy on the flank, though, come around the back of Zero. He's going to back away from this, kind of pinning everyone in together, but time is of the essence, and they're going to start running out of it very, very soon.
Pretty textbook round there from Hellraisers, doing a great job there. Angel opening things up. The good flashbangs coming in, the smokes up on point as well, managing to hit the first shot. It was Angel who took down, I think it was Dennis on top of that initial train there, and they can't really hold them off. He said they're going to be struggling going into that round. And it's evident as 4 players stay alive for Hellraisers as well. Like you said, Nico in a decent position to take 2 down, but the UMP just doesn't have enough damage there to finish them off. He does about 50 to each. And now it's going to be Nico for Mousesports. So a nice round there from Hellraisers to get them into this. The T-side train's always going to be a difficult affair to find an early round like this, and actually break the CT economy is always going to be beneficial. It's almost as good as winning the pistol, depending on the circumstance. This time, they're not going to get 2 out of it, presumably. There is some body armor purchase from the CTC. You can see Speedy and Nico going for the Deagles. Body armor combination, going to be pushing towards Ivy, seeing if they can find initial kills here as the flashbang comes in.
Got to try and make a play somewhere. You're at such a disadvantage. You have such a limited arsenal to work with. You've got to try and make something happen off the back of it. Now, not had much success down Ivy. No one actually pushed it there, but Dennis has now gone walkabouts. He's looking around the back. Angel's already kind of keeping tabs on this, but the bomb's gone down. Lowell tries to take a bit of an opportunity, take a moment, try and play through the smoke, catch someone out. No one's falling for it. Hellraisers, well and truly aware, watching that smoke like hawks at this point, just not letting anything slip between their fingers. And now Speedy and Nico left with that kind of predicament. Well, we've got armor, we've got upgraded pistols. Yeah, what do we do with these?
Well, at the moment, not much, but I hope for some exits. They're going to be sitting towards CD spawn. Hoping they can find something here. Speedy does some damage towards Angel and Dead Fox, but there we go, finds a kill. Not going to be able to recover a weapon. This one Betsy will be dropped. There it is. And it's going to be Bondic finding the head of him, and now just Nico towards CD spawn, hoping for a similar result here. See if anyone just walks into his crosshair. But saving the body armor, that's fine as well. Means they going into the next round. They should be able to buy this one. It won't be the best. Certainly won't be the best. I think it could be another partial buy situation. So Hellraiser's in a great position now.
Yeah, Christian and Lowell are actually pretty low on money. What, 3.5? Yeah, so,
yeah, they're gonna have to.
Yeah, 3.3 for Dennis. I think it's just another eco time. So probably why you saw Nico being incredibly passive. Yeah, we're going to see the Deagles coming out. They work pretty well. They're not too bad on this map. We've seen Guardian having incredible moments. You're Simple having incredible moments with them. Can do some work, can do some damage. Now, again, though, you've got to be careful of this Ivy play, because you've got 4 players heading this way. Now, Dead Fox and Angel are on the receiving side. Nico probably is going to get swept away here. No, okay, it's Nico. Of course he's not. He's going to get the 2 kills. 2 people face it, but it doesn't matter because it's Nico. And of course he hits the first shot and backs away with a gun. It's just, you don't see people winning those odds. He goes up against such obscene odds. and he still picks up kills.
Yeah, unfortunately, though, on the other side of the map, that aggressive play from the CTs in Ivy actually loses them 2 frags as quickly as they found to. So still a 3-on-3. They've managed to pick up 1 rifle. It's actually in the hands of Nico. What a great play that was from him. But unfortunately, he's still in a horrible position here. The terrorists still have the AWP. They have all their smokes. If they stick together, they should be winning the round still. And they still have a minute to play with here.
Now, if you're Hellraisers, from their side of things, do we dare go towards where Nico may be?
I would say no.
Not after that.
I would say, yeah, just leave him be. It looks like they will be challenging. I guess they have the AWPs in. At least
can molly
clear out
this
his
out.
position. The problem is, though, if he finds 1 kill here, they're in a lot of trouble. Even if they take him down.
Please check this. Do me a favor and check this. Please, one of you, just look at it. No one's looking, and now he gets to do this. Nico, how is he allowed to get away with this time and time again? He makes incredible plays on the first opportunity, and then Hellraisers allow him further chances. The bomb's now down in a dire situation. Angel has to go big here. Now, okay, Chris J's an easy target. Speedy maybe a little bit tougher, but you've got the raid boss of Nico still just dancing with danger. You've got Angel on the other side. Time of the essence. He's going to make it look good. Just go for a little bit of tap, and there it is. Nico gets the ace on a round he should have nothing on. He had a deagle with armor, and he still pulls it all off.
5 kills for Nico. What can you say when that happens? Obviously, it's Hellraisers having a bit of bad luck with the initial exchange. He brought it back to a 3-on-3, though, and it's just that one position that eludes him there towards the end of the corner. They're just hoping they can fake towards inside a little bit, smoke down low, ram some flashes over to keep him there with the rifle. They know he's got it, and unfortunately, he peaks at the perfect time. Takes 2 down, Angel left in 3-on-1, and ultimately has to give him the ace. He can't really do anything else. The bomb's down in that position, needs to go and get it. But yeah, amazing round for Nico as usual. And it will be Mousesports recovering what should have been another round for Hellraisers there. 3-2. Still money available for the terrorists here as Nico sprays through towards above the pop dog area there. But it's going to be inside, presence gained towards brown holes.
Yeah, it's a big gamble as well. 0 people watching Ivy early on. Chris J's just turned around now to keep maybe a bit of a tab on it. But Angel's been given a lot of freedom here. But of course, on the T side, you don't know that no one's watching you. So you still take the same amount of caution as you would as if someone was there. Now, Angel's kind of curious, going, no one's done anything. Maybe they're going for a little bit of a gambit. Maybe they're going for a bit of a play here. Something must be happening, because I'm not normally allowed that much control. So already, though, Lowell pushing up and Dennis pushing up means that, okay, that approach is now cut off pretty much for the T's, which makes it pretty tricky. But Sticko and Zero have got good position towards the brown holes. They can now all rotate around. Spitty's very much alone here. But again, Hellraisers don't have all the facts that we do. We get to see everything. And now I think Angel's going to get a good idea maybe of what's happening at this point. Make a little bit of noise, maybe try and display, hey, that might be the bomb being dropped. Hey, you might want to come aggressively towards this. Let's see what you can do. Angel's definitely going to show here. Try and keep as many people towards A as possible, and now back away. Trying to set up the play to allow, I guess, easier access for those players about to hit towards B. Spitty has already backed away, playing quite passive on this one. And now the smokes, the flash is about to pour in, and he's got to be ready for what's about to come pouring down that ramp on the right side. 3 players making their way through. Chris J just about getting around now. Nico just getting right about now. This is a lot of time allowing Hellraisers to get good position. Zero's already punished 1. Spitty falls. He can't make much more of it, as there we go. Nico and Chris J find their replies, and it's retake time. And so far, it's looking good, especially when Chris J is hitting shots like that.
Absolutely, 4-on-2 now. Deadfox still alive. They could do something with this one. There's the first shot. He's by the bomb train. Bomb ticking away as well. So the next shot is very crucial as Angel chimes in. 2-on-2. The CT's coming in together now. Time is actually running away from them. They don't have a smoke to work with, but Nico, he's still alive, and they're going to be finding the final kill as well. They have got a defuse kit to work with, and what seemed like a brilliant round there for Hellraisers, getting to that site, finding no up-close encounters, actually getting the bomb down pretty clean. Speedy with some pretty poor movement overall to get him in a difficult position. Can't find a frag there, but it's Nico. It's Chris J coming in and landing everything that has to be done. And Lowell, the new boy, he gets the final kill there, and it's going to be a difficult round for Hellraisers to actually give away. They're going to be on to another partial buy here, getting the bomb down. The money's okay. The second stage loss playing is another $800, so just got to wait till the money builds up a little bit more. But it's an opportunity there. You're not going to get better chances than that. An open B bomb site, a player at the very back allowing you to plant as well. It's that pretty sick retake from Chris J and Nico that kick things off.
And it's good to see Chris J starting to get a little into this game. He's been pretty quiet before that, not having a big performance. Not really had a chance with the orb just yet, but now this is what we want to see. How well does he fit in now? Is he able to fit that role? Oscar, oh God.
Angel's been pretty good at opening this map up, to be
Angel
fair.
with a deagle's been pretty good, to be fair. That's been the kind of crazy factor. He's been having a nice game on this one so far for him, and that's going to alleviate a little bit of maybe playroom here for them, maybe going to give him a chance towards getting the bomb down, give him a bit of room to work. Always nice to take that AWP away, and he's got a little bit to play with now. So, again, Hellraisers, not in a bad starting position, but it does feel as though they're still against such odds here.
Yeah, they're unable to salvage the AWP either, but they have pulled the CTs apart a little bit here. You can see there's one player, presumably Speedy, towards inside. Very passive hold. He can be quite safe here. They only have one smoke and 2 flashes to work with. So he finds a couple of kills as they're coming in, crossing to the site. He's in a decent place. He's going to negate these flashbangs as well. That's great. They'll be coming in momentarily. It looks like they will be committing towards inside.
Yeah, delaying the hit. Maybe Angel can do a little something, just make a
They're
little
not
bit of
gonna
noise.
use. Oh, they still have one more smoke. Okay, so
Yeah.
Bondig still has that. I thought that was their last smoke, but they're okay.
Yeah, so as long as Angel shows a little here, they might not over-rotate. You want to get Dennis or Lol just taking their time almost, but here comes the B hit. They're actually going to make this happen right about now. Now, the flashes were decent enough, but Speedy still able to dominate this with Dennis. Gorgeous angle he's holding. This time, doesn't whiff the shots, doesn't whiff the movement, just keeps it under wraps. And Nico found the AWP anyway, so if there's anyone you want as a secondary AWPer, you've still got Nico to fall back on, so not exactly a bad thing for him to pick up. And, well, no bomb plant for Hellraisers, a bit of a shame, but at least he can buy into this one.
Yeah, a really good round there overall from Mousesports. Obviously losing their first encounter to the Deagle, but still didn't panic. It was Speedy. This time nice and passive. Like, that's actually a perfect scenario for him. He actually has the incendiary. If he drops out the perfect time, which he does, he just puts in a position where they have to cross to the bomb site, and the point that the time is ticking away, they have to run for it. He's stunning them with grenades as well, just spraying them down as they're going towards the bomb site. Nothing coming in for the Hellraisers apart from that initial kill, really. So they do get money going into round number 8 here, but it's 5-2. Some very close rounds once again slipping out of their hands, but we'll see what happens as Dead Fox. He's got the AWP, but it's glass cannon this time, so that basically means you have an AWP and no armor. So he'll be picking towards Sado here. The flashbang comes in, trying to find Chris J, but I don't think he's there this time.
No, and this is what Mousesports have been doing. Every time they go for that kind of, I guess, main aggression or connector aggression, whatever you want to really call it, they don't have anyone instantly watching Ivy. They kind of leave it open for a little while, and I guess eventually they'll have Chris J and Nico watching it. It could be exploited, but no T-side is just going to run up Ivy just real quick. So it kind of works out, but Nico's waiting on the other side, and timing is in his favor. Angel's back was turned, and now Dead Fox left with a real predicament on his hands. Do I go for... No, I'm all right without that. Nico's on the other side. I don't really fancy it. And Hellraisers don't have much real estate on this map now.
We'll see what they can do. They have lost that first player. Looking at the grenades, they're still good at execution here. They need to find a pick there. That's the problem. No one towards Ivy. No one really doing anything at this point. I think the bomb's above the pop dog area. It's going to be doing smokes towards outside here. Let's see if it works out for them. They will be committing towards a pop dog as well. Flash comes in. No one going to be actually actively facing there. It's actually the Seekers going very aggressive towards team main.
And the molly as well is going to make it even worse. It just delays the execute. Now Zero's run out already from pop. Chris J easily picks that up. Lol and Dennis are still kind of wondering what's going to happen here. And here we go, flying through the smoke with, sadly not the grace of ease, was Bondic and Dead Fox. And there we go. Closed out, lovely play from Mousesports as a whole there. I love the way they delayed the hit coming from one of the approaches and just committed towards the other. Chris J had a whale of a time not having to worry about main, completely under wraps.
That's actually a really beautiful round from Mousesports there. Getting that first pick, getting some really strong control towards team main. Once they're in there as well, you can see how Hellraisers are panicking. They're like, okay, we've actually been locked out of pop dog. We need our players coming from main. They've got to push for a smoke at that point. They flash in, but it's just perfectly read by Mousesports, locking it down. Very clean round overall. Another partial buy coming from Hellraisers. This time they have head armor, 2 smokes to work with. So I guess at this point, they'll be smoking towards outside, one maybe on the left-hand side of Ivy, and is trying to get out to the bomb site. Hopefully find the kill on Chris J. That's what they're hoping for here, but he's actually not to be found. He'll be towards the old bomb train here and seeing whether he can just listen out for Ivy, allow them to come out, and stop them going down the back tracks.
Yeah, Bondic's going to have a great time pretty soon. He's got to try and deal with him, but it's Lol actually in a nice position. Up above, easily done. Chris J onto the P2.
Teammate.
Just decides to just, you know, give Nico a challenge finally. Nico finds a very easy 1v5, so he needs kind of 1v6.
Yes.
He needs at least a teammate against him to kind of really keep up the challenge.
Well, Mousesports now, once again, after some really tight close rounds, the Hellraisers had a lot of chance to take. It's going to be Mousesports getting the lion's share of them. 7-2 now. As we go into round number 10, there is the AWP out. Once again, it's going to be... I was going to say glass cannon, but he does get it. In the end, there's the head armor. Means you can take a ding from the M4 and still survive. Great in these duels when you're going to be taking close range encounters as well. Because you can take that initial headshot and still fight as we go into this one. Right, what's the big next?
Wanting the boost there to peek towards Ivy. Now, Chris J actually has been peeking that a fair bit. On occasion when they go aggressive towards main, he's been up on those back trains trying to watch it. But actually, Chris J taking a different angle. A little more active towards Ivy this time as well, so Angel won't probably get the same freedom he's had before, but he's going to back away, adjust around. And I like the kind of movement that Mousesports have. They're not just committing to these very, you know, I guess, standard positions. They're happy to kind of just keep moving around the map, keep themselves on their toes. Nico this time actively on towards B, so very hard for Hellraisers to get a solid read. Dennis actually going to go for a little bit of a peek towards Ivy. No one's there this time, but they're slowly unraveling maybe that T-side plan. And Dead Fox is so desperate to make a play into this, but he just can't find anyone so far. And there's a minute left now.
Well, they have got control of the brown holes. Let's see what they can do with this one. They're actually going to be having 0 at the front here, just stopping any CT presence being towards this area. It means they can just go for an inside execute. Nothing's really worked out for them so far. Speedy's been locking them down with the passive play. Nico this time, you can see him spotting towards lower round, but as soon as he sees anything come in, he'll be denying them crossing to the bomb. So once again with the Molotov in hand. 45 seconds remaining now. All 5 players of the terrorists heading towards inner. With the smokes and Molotovs they have, I'd almost suggested there would definitely be some sort of execution coming in. The smoke's starting to be deployed now, but the incendiaries are dropped at the same time.
Nice timing, and from the kind of old get-right spot, Nico does get found, but the Molotov does its job. It denies that instant quick hit. And again, Hellraisers hitting the brakes a little bit here, buying some time. You can see on the flank there is LOL, but it's still going to be Spitty trying to keep this one in check. But Chris J, keeping tabs from afar from Connector, will catch out Angel, and the bomb's loose. Zero's on a good position. Bit of a flank around the back of the bomb, finds Spitty, but this is still not easy. And there's still LOL, who's been slowly but surely creeping his way around, and LOL's got time to work with, and he does it. That's perfect. Now, time is against Zero. As you said, this is surely the round here. There's no way he's going to be giving a chance. And even with LOL peeking, it doesn't even matter. He finds him in the end, and that's an easy shutdown at the end of it. It looked a little bit closer on the trade-outs. I thought maybe Nico got away with more, but he's done the job that he needs to do.
Yeah, another good round there from Mousesports. We could see them actually reading that perfectly. They had a player aggressive towards Pop Dog, shutting the rotation coming in there. Once Hellraisers are committed, the incendiaries were dropped at a really stellar time there, meaning Hellraisers couldn't fully commit. They couldn't take advantage of the flashbangs they'd already thrown. Had to wait a bit longer, running through fire, taking damage. But yes, like you said, getting exchanges, but just not enough time to actually capitalize in Lau.
Yep.
The new boy comes in for the perfect flank as well. The bomb has to go down that point. Essentially, when the bomb's planted, that's a player out of the situation for 4 seconds, right? He stopped the plant going down. His teammate can't do anything about it. He has so much to watch at that point, and it's another round going for Mousesports there. So a pause comes in for Hellraisers, probably at the right time. I think that's 6 rounds in a row now.
Yep.
For, I was about to say German side. They're not really German anymore, are they?
No.
It's not really a thing. There's only 2 Germans in it.
No. Not, even though LOL did get picked up from Penta, you'd kind of maybe, you know, think it could have been one of the Germans. No. Just gone to really mess it up.
So the European side.
Yeah, that'll do.
But yeah, so we'll have a look at the money for them. I don't think they can justify a buy into this one. They've got like $3,700 overall in terms of average cash for the team. So they could get Tech 9s once again. I think just an outside execution with the Tech 9s, armor, some smokes here, try and get a plant down. If you do get the plant down cleanly, it does mean you can actually have the snowball effect of the Tech 9s. Maybe find 1 kill with the running gun potential of the Tech 9 and then pick up a rifle. Things can start to unfold with the CTs at that point. We said it's a very difficult side to retake. So that would probably be my call right now. They could buy into this if they really wanted to. It'd be quite a weak buy. Maybe 2 or 3 AKs with the Tech 9s, limited utility. I think just take another partial buy at this point.
And to be fair, considering this map, I wouldn't say easily gives you bomb plants. It doesn't easily give you bomb plants. B is just a little bit viable for kind of, you know, getting the bomb down when required. We actually haven't seen that many plants from Hellraisers. I've got to say, you know, Spitty's been a little bit hit and miss on that B-hole, but he has been denying the plants. He's got Nico there to support him.
The thing is, right, you need to be kind of ascertaining at the start of the round. What kind of setup are the CTs bringing here? Most of the time, they'll play 4 to outside and 1 towards inner.
Yep.
But it seems like every time Hellraisers has gone towards the inside site, they're not capitalizing just enough there. So well, to be fair, it's been a very good job from Speedy overall, using his utility to slow them down so much that his teammates are there by the time they actually get in there. I think they probably just need to take things a little bit faster. We see the top teams in this map, let's say VP, Astralis, Navi, every now and then they're doing those fast main pushes, right? Sticking as a unit, allowing your star player to actually have some potential to get some shots in. Right now, we're seeing default after default for Hellraisers. Yes, they're getting decent positions, sometimes trading, but ultimately they're not winning the round. So I think something needs to change a little bit here. Here's the partial buy I discussed before. 3 smokes coming in. I would almost guarantee there's be an outside play. You go towards a dumpster, 4 smokes outside. It's the wall of smoke effect, and you're trying to plant at that point. And they probably just do this at the start of the round. We'll see what they decide to do.
And
3 towards Ivy, maybe not. Okay.
well, we'll see. This could still work out. No one's been actively playing Ivy close for Mousesports at the start, so they might be able to get a little bit further down Ivy than expected. We'll see if it does. They're going to smoke up pretty quickly and go for the push. Now, Chris J's already watching this-ish from the old bomb train. Now, he's going to be watching from the back angle, so he's going to leave a lot of work towards Dennis and LOL as well, but he gets overwhelmed in the end. And now trouble afoot. Dennis can't deal with it all, but he's doing a marvelous job of it. I told a lie. Of course he can handle it all. 2 players, no problem for Dennis right now. Does have to pick up the orb, though. No bullets left on the other, but a sick adjustment. Sticko gets picked up. And Angel, what can you do now? 1v3. Not going to find any play off the back of that. And again, you know, the theory not awful, but the execution didn't quite come through. Dennis able to just weather so many of those players coming towards him.
Yeah, normally be overwhelmed in those situations, but he does a very good job. I said Angel's position there when it was like the 2-on-4. He got actually up towards heaven undetected. I thought if his teammate could stay alive at that point, he could maybe find a cheeky go towards the outside, but once his teammate died, he didn't really have much presence until we had to just try and get into the round. And we do get another gun situation here. It's still not over, believe it or not. It is a very CD-sided map, so Hellraisers, they can maybe get 4 rounds. It's still enough to win the game, right? It's never over on train. And this looks like a change of pace here for Mousesports. Nika coming towards inside, backing up Speedy this time. Maybe wanted to go a bit more aggressive that time, but going to be flashed off, deciding to fall back. And it will be Hellraisers once again gaining the real estate of the brown holes. But this time, Nika with an adjustment. He's not towards outer this time. Will be actively looking for frags towards inner. And does, of course, land that first headshot. Once more out of it as well. He's not satisfied ever. This time he's punished at least.
At least. There's the trade, finally. Yeah. Normally, it's just like, well, he's got 1. You might as well expect the other 4 to follow. But actually does get shut down. But I guess that's the pace now denied from Hellraisers as well. They came in with quite a quick pace start. It seemed like they wanted to maybe get a little bit of a quicker play going. Not going to be so easy now with the 2 players pushing up towards Team Main as well. It's even worse. Lol's going to back away. Dennis actually stays out a little bit longer and gets found by Dead Fox. So actually this time going a little bit better, I was going to say, for Hellraisers, but Spiddy took up where Nico left off. Now Angel has to keep tabs on this. It's just every trade goes back and forth. It's always evening out.
Yeah, Mousesports, as soon as they lose a player towards inside, they're pushing main. Still equal for now, though. Let's see what happens here as we go into the 45-second mark. Chris J aggressive towards Pop Dog. The bomb is down. It's actually above. Okay, I thought it might have been in that area. That could have been a massive problem. But it's Angel looking for the frag towards in. Ascertain is cleared. So at this point, 30 seconds remaining. Time ticking away. He smokes towards low out. This looks like some sort of fake. It will be, and they'll be heading towards outside. But let's see where Chris J will be playing.
It's pulled Chris J off.
Yep.
At least
okay,
that
works.
served its purpose. That's what you need. But LOL is still the kind of old factor, old hell now, sitting here waiting. Gonna spot probably the shadow first. He does, and now Angel unaware gets caught out. Can't do much about that one. High flash over, trying to help his teammates get set up for this one. It does catch Dead Fox for a touch, but he's buying time. He can't really do much. Of course, actually, no, of course he can. He finds Bondic. And now time is of the essence. LOL does more than expected. Him buying time then was absolutely perfect to allow Spiddy and Chris J come around, let alone finding the last 2 kills. Lovely individual performance from him then.
Yeah, so the little fake there from Bondic towards inside. It was a little fake, but did pull Chris J, like you said. But Lau, the new boy, he steps up in a great position there towards that Ivy position, actually finding the 1 kill. Like you see, Angel actually not looking at him at all. That was the key frag at that point. He throws a flashbang in the air. It's perfect, time ticking away. Hellraisers have to find him before they can plant and don't even get a bomb down. They're going to the dire straits. Now you can see they've got a UMP. Galil, obviously a maximum loss bonus, is doing everything they can. They know they need to start finding some rounds here. So taking some risks as we go into round number 13. What's to play? 3 players towards main entrance, so presumably going to be maybe flashing over and just hoping for the best at this point. We haven't seen anything fast. There's the flash, and here they go.
Yep, simple, but it's worked pretty well. LOL and Dennis were pretty blind for a couple of seconds, but...
Is that enough to
for
say
a
it's
couple
worked?
of seconds, there you go. Stick goes through. Never doubt it, Henry. Never doubt it. A couple of
Fair
seconds is perfectly fine, you know? All right, 3v3 now. Bomb's going to be planted. Sticko still on the prowl. He knows the connector's going to be a problem. Nico is there. He's got a nice angle on that one, but round the back is Chris J still. Sticko is unleashed. This is finally what we needed to see from someone. An individual having a little bit of a moment, a little bit of a swing up in performance has made a big difference here. Just going back to basics of quicken up, of pace here has certainly called off Mousesports, but it's retake time. Chris J has to emerge through the smoke. Never going to go well for him in that situation, and Bondic will close down. Finally, Hellraisers break the trend.
Yeah, we said we wanted to see something a bit faster towards outside. This time it's very simple indeed. 3 players waiting towards main entrance. Our flash comes in, like you said, a couple of players flash for a couple of seconds. That's enough to get them out of that key position there. Very tight choke point. Once they're out, the star players start hitting some shots at that point. They're able to get themselves in positions where there's an opportunity to have an Angel and actually hit the shots required. And yes, it was a weakened buy, but now they've got straight back into it. It's going to be 4 AKs and the AWP in the hands of Dead Fox. Surely they've realized now, okay, we're actually doing much better here. With the simple plays, the default time working for us. We're getting shut down every single moment. Let's just keep it fast as Angel, once again, he's making his way out main entrance and trying to make something happen now.
Like a speed demon flying through, looking for opportunities. Now, no one by Hell this time. It's actually just LOL on the A site. Everyone else has pushed up Ivy. You've got Christian and Dennis having to play back in for it, which just allows Angel so much room to play. LOL's been found. That's going to give away a lot, but still, they're locked out of this site. Free bomb plant. Hellraisers are like, where's everyone else? Yeah. Bomb's going down. Stick can get a safe plant here wherever he wants to. And now this is going to be very tough for the CTs to retake. They've got mollies and smokes and flashes. They have plenty to play with. They've all got defuse kits, but they need someone to make a play here to unravel this crossfire, and they're going to hear Bondic going up towards heaven. Christian can be flashed in. Oh my word, Christian. Those are the shots we started to see coming out again from him, but it's not enough. It's only 1. But it has opened up a window of small opportunity, and now Dennis is going to take it further, down to the 2v2. Dead Fox still has the AWP, so still has a good chance to do this, and 2 mollies to buy plenty of time. Smoke being used, though. That's on the bomb site. Flash comes out nice and high. Zero can't see anything. Dead Fox still hits the shot, and Zero in the end will find Dennis. So a quick enough pace, a little bit more kind of fire to Hellraisers. It seemed to have really kind of picked it up.
That's what we said they had to do, and it seems like it's being a lot more effective here. Mousesports actually gambling with 2 players towards inside this time. It's a fast play once again. Angel gets himself in a really strong position there. The smoke's down towards the 5-track. He actually capitalizes, gets right down to the end towards Ivy, finds a player in the back. I think it was Lau, and then the round just unfolds there for Mousesports. They still have a ton of cash. We're going to round number 15. I'd say Hellraisers, from what I've seen so far, do need to pick up this last round to stand a chance here, but we said 4 was enough. And once again, keep to this fast mentality. Why not? It's worked before.
Yeah, Angel's going to go right back at it, and he gets here every time. But I think Christian is hearing this now. Christian's quite close up for an AWP, though. Maybe not the perfect position, but if he's feeling confident, if he's feeling it, why not go for it? But he's going to be actually hunting Angel now. They've walked past each other, and he's in between a rock and a hard place, and that hard place has got a gun. So Angel's now fought back, leaving Nico to try and be the turret on the side itself. But Bondic finds his teammate Dennis, which leaves him pretty isolated here. LOL smoked off, but Nico doesn't care. He's still doing all the work. He can't adjust quickly enough towards Sticko, but LOL from above does the damage. Now, 2v2. Lol's position's been spotted, but it's hard to dig him out of there.
Yeah, the problem is you have to go up that ladder, and you're not going to have full accuracy when you get to the top, obviously. The problem now is Zero's dropped and has left Angel in an exposed position. So they tried it again. To be fair, we said that was the adjustment required. Start going faster, keep it simple. The defaults aren't working out for you. You're getting shut down, and the executions are being well read every single time. They go a bit faster, getting Angel into his positions. He's aggressive, undetected at the start of the round, finding key frags, and then they're actually finding rounds there. So it is 11-4, but still we said that was enough at the start, right? If you win the pistol, you're back into it. So still can be anyone's game. We'll take a very quick break, but yeah, I don't think this one's over, so make sure you come back.
Four rounds sit with Hellraisers here. We've said that there's a chance. It does open up a window of opportunity to build back into this game, but it's a slim window of opportunity.
For sure. Mousesports seems to be in good form right now. Lao's coming to the round quite nicely. We weren't sure how Train was going to go down, but Chris J with the AWP, nailing some shots. It was a decent recovery though from Hellraisers, considering the way it was going. To find a couple of rounds towards the end there has still made this possible. So I'm sure they normally do get their pistol in these scenarios. No one ever runs away with a game in Pro League. That doesn't happen. So I'm sure we can still get a little bit deeper into this one and see what happens here.
Well, hopefully it does kind of retain this nice competitive match that we saw towards the end of this one. I was getting a little worried it was going to be like the Nico show or someone's, you know, bit of a one-sided affair at the start. But I'm glad to see Hellraisers again giving us a little bit of play here. It's, you know, I guess maybe not to the extent of Mirage to a degree yet, but we'll see if they can build back in. The pistol is quite important. They haven't really been all that on point with their pistols so far. We've seen Nico having a bit of a, let's say, a small swing up of performance on Mirage.
Sure.
But again, if they get that in their belt, they can build back in. Now, I don't know how CT side of this map is these days. I don't know if even bias comes into it against these two teams. Do you reckon they're even enough that you can
I think
call in the bias?
this lineup, it's heavily CT biased. I don't think in either of these teams right now in their current kind of their current form, considering the lineup changes recently, they're not going to be as solid in their T side as you would expect. So I think the CT side is always going to be favoured for these kind of like encroaching on tier 2 teams, right? And they're going to be struggling to actually have really sort of T-halves. Like I said, VP, Na'Vi, you expect them to win the T-half. That's not out of the realms of possibility. But we'll see what happens here. As we go into round number 1, it is going to be Mousesports now swapping over. It will be Chris J, who's going to be, we're calling it Superman now, not Raid Boss. I'm just
sorry.
Just
why Superman?
I decided that Raid Boss was a World of Warcraft term and I didn't want it anymore. So I've governed.
How do you feel about Alex playing well, though? Does that not upset you?
It's fine.
You'll let that be one of the
Yeah.
flaws you love about it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we've seen a bit of an interesting play from Hellraisers. 4 players pushing up through those brown halls. Actually, all the way through B, and it's worked out quite well, at least till now. The bomb's planted, and Christian is still standing, and Christian now with that Tech 9 comes into effect. Now, LOL's been picked up, and how is Dennis still alive? Because, okay, Christian is babysitting. That's as to why, but the retake is still in full effect. Christian has to go full man mode and fly through the air like Superman. He can't get it done. Zero finds him. And Hellraisers coming out with a bit of a cheeky play at the start.
Yeah, they're actually pushing towards inside. Very aggressive there as Mousesports fast towards outside. Quick plant coming in. That's normally the objective. Then you see what happens after that. But yeah, good reaction from Hellraisers. Coming in from all angles and actually pincering them as they're actually trying to set up their positions to get the hold in there. But there it is. The pistol comes into Hellraisers. Surely not going to buy a Mousesports away to the third. A lot of teams recently, believe it or not, actually trying to surprise. Oh yeah, here we go then. This literally was about to build up. They're going to do it. So a lot of teams actually doing this right now. It was very common and prevalent in 1.6 in the source. If you got kills and the bomb down, it means you could get 2 players on an AK. It doesn't really happen that much on CS:GO. You have to get all the kills pretty much, and then the bomb not going in your favor, right? But let's see what happens as they get 1 AK, UMP, Deagles. Chris J will not be fully investing as the AWPer, of course. And we'll see whether they can actually do anything with this round.
Oh, that, I guess, with Russian buy style, it does kind of work there. Nico's already found Bondic.
The AK was cheaper, I should say, in 1.6 in source as well. That's why it's a bit easier. Just wanted to get that in.
Henry, if you ever want to get anything in, we all give you time for it. All right, we've got to allow for Henry to get it in.
Well,
all right, 5v4, CT side now reeling. Speedy's going to take this further. That was the tiniest of angles he's here as well. Dead Fox gets punished. Now 2 players on Ivy. Speedy, I like the way he's kind of adjusted as well. I like the way the Deagles are kind of used almost as an AWP. You kind of find a new angle to hold you kind of fall back a little bit, find a new way, and Angels found the play, but it's Nico again. Of course it's Nico. It's always Nico. 3 kills. Speedy falls. He found one of them. That's you know, respectable, but Nico's had enough of that. He's going to go even further. This buy that you're discussing has actually worked out very well for them.
Yeah, when you got players like Nico and you give them an AK, right, against CTs that are preparing for an AK third round, they might get rifles to prepare for it, but they're not going to have the utility to hold you off. It's like a double-edged sword, whether you go for the SMGs that have all utility to hold off that initial round and then build yourself into the third, or you get the rifles and you're kind of limited. But fortunately for them, Nico just completely wrecks them this round, and it will be him getting 3 kills. Zero trying to survive the best he can as he hangs out towards the bathrooms area, going to be trying to save the M4. He's got an incendiary and HG as well as head armor, so it's definitely a valuable save going forward. The CT's almost certainly going to force him to return. It's like the war of attrition at this point, just trying to see who will break first. I always compare it to like tennis at this point. Like you're trying to break the serve of the opponent, right, and actually keep their money low in this constant battle of force buys.
Well, Christian, that's good. Anything you can get to is a benefit, and ideally keeps hold of this. He's got to be careful, and he's fine. So Zero keeps that. But that CT side money is so bad.
Yeah, that is really bad, actually. Maybe it's not even worse to force buy at this point. You wouldn't be able to get 5.7s. Had they maybe had a few more $100s each, I'd say they'd probably go for it. That's what they decide to do.
Double eco.
Oh, no, I think they are. They're in.
Yeah, they're
in.
going for it. All right.
Yeah, to be fair, like this is as I said, they've got an M4 set. You might as well go for it at this point. See if Zero can deliver the same sort of fate that Sneaker did in the previous. But yeah, they're in. So 5.7s, UMPs, and the M4 on Zero. But look at the strong buy from Mousesports. They managed to get 4 rifles out. Speedy's just in a Deagle in this scenario is pretty much fine. Dead Fox. It's almost a mirror of the previous round, but we'll see what happens there.
How frustrating this must be for Hellraisers. Finally getting that pistol under their belt and then having that done to them in the following round.
If they lose this round, they're definitely eco, and it'll be 14-5 at that point. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But it will be 45 after the full eco, is what I mean.
Yeah. Dead Fox is a bit of a problem on his hands. A lot of players about to walk his way. 3, to be precise, and there's Nico as well to his left. So pick your poison here, Dead Fox. He's actually going to commit as much as he can to this. Try and play that little cubby corner. And Speedy's going to... He's not going to fall for it. Just walks in with a Deagle. Why not? And now you've got Zero left, who had the M4 at the start, and Bonnet goes to UMP. So for these guys, Zero can't even really do much in the form of escaping this. He's pretty much committed here. It's very, very tough for him to find a way out of it. He's actually going to find another, though. Zero has gone absolutely wild. That's 3 kills now coming in. This has become all but possible now. 2v2. Bonnet's position unnoted as well. And look where that bomb is. They have to play to this. Zero's had time to readjust. Yeah. Still has a molly, but no kits here. So... And there's Nico alive.
The thing is, they had so much time that they know he's in there with the M4. They're trying to end it quickly at that point, but still recovering. It's fine. Bondic will be the last player here. 1 versus 1, but you know what you're against. You're against Nico, I'm afraid.
Where's your money on this
one?
Yeah,
and he's got 30 seconds, and what can you even do against that? Like, get absolutely wrecked.
Just scrapes out. Smashed.
Yeah.
Just,
like you got a UMP, it's like, who am I against? Oh, God. Just kill me now. Get it over with. This is embarrassing. Don't school me.
Kill.
Just do it quickly. Get it over with. Yeah. Well, that's the round. Zero did what he could there. To be fair,
Yeah.
like I said, there's a bit stopping from Mousesports. After losing one player there, they know the M4 is going to be a difficult position. If you just fall back and then go somewhere else, he has to rotate. He's not going to have such an advantageous spot. He gets 3 kills, but ultimately Nico is still alive. And he wins the clutch. It's going to be 13-5. It has to be a full eco, and Chris J opens up the fragging. He gets the AWP kill on towards Sticko. And like I said, if they lose this round, it's 14-5. And you're pretty much done at that point. The money still won't be great going to the next round. There'll be a third stage. They'll get about 2,400 on top of what they have. They probably can just about get an AWP out, but in terms of like kits and everything else, it won't be much to speak of. But this round, like I said, it's irrelevant to even really cast or hype this up.
No.
It's going to be an instant win.
Done.
Ultimately, for Hellraisers, they manage to pick up an AK here. If Zero can keep that, that's great, but they know exactly where he is. Probably be locking down T-spawn and trying to pincer him slowly.
Yep, Nico's already on that. This guy's such an all-rounder as well. That's the thing. It's a terrifying player to even consider being on this lineup. The individual skill he brings. So Zero's terrified. You can see him trying to pick an angle. Like, okay, I'm just commit to this one, and he still loses out. No armor, of course, to speak of. So that does easily help Nico there, but he doesn't need much of that. He's still on 27 kills here.
Not bad.
Nah, he's doing all right.
Yeah.
Just 27-8. I swear he plays a different version.
If you just
of this
think
game
about
to
some of the
everyone else.
rounds he's had in this game, just talk about that Deagle round he had towards the inner bomb side there. 2 kills there, ends up with an ace, and then he's had the most ridiculous clutches and just seems to be hitting every single shot in front of him. This is just a pretty textbook Nico evening, it seems.
Yeah, it is. And Christian's got a nice spawn to have a little bit of a peek here, and he might fancy this one. Dead Fox is going to be on the other side of it, but he's straight out. This is something we didn't see from Hellraisers for a long time, and just catching Dead Fox in the heels follows up well. He's
Get off the
guys,
server. Get off.
Just get a gun out. Someone fight him. Someone do something. Stop it, Chris. How is he allowed to do this? I'm just going to bunny hop towards Outer and just smash 4 of them. All right, Chris.
Yeah, there's not really much I
Nice
can do
one.
to analyse that, Lauren, I'm afraid. Just
Henry, break it down really tactically. How are you really just define those situations?
He knows the money's low. He can get away with a lot more. There's not going to be incendiaries. He's in the zone right now. They're reckoning they've got a huge bed of rounds. Just go and do that. We said it's nice to see him return to the AWP, and what a way to show that he's back.
Lovely
A
confidence.
perfect round. Okay, then. Well, that's I'm afraid that's the GG. We have a little replay here. You can see he's got no idea what's going on. But it's like, how is he killing everyone in like 5 seconds here? That's a nice little clip coming in for him. Maybe I ruined it with that line I used, but still, lovely, lovely play.
He does. The one thing is he lives up to his AWP's name. That profound aggression certainly comes out every now and then, and it's lovely to watch seeing him back to a confident sort of stage. You saw him before, when he started to really fall off the AWP, he did lose a lot of the confidence that he had before, and we're in that 15-5 position. Angels had a whale of a time. Chris J, though, comes up with the no-scope at least, or the quick-scope possibly, just to, really keep Twitch chat from going mad at us if we call it the wrong name in a couple of seconds. But point being, they're down to 3, so finally Hellraisers have a small advantage, but the problem being they still don't have the best of guns. Sticker's on a 5-7 upgraded, but still not great. Bondix on the UMP. Last time that went well against Nico, and this time it goes better for him at least. Trades out in the end. Chris J's not had enough of a bit of a fun time last round, and I almost expected that to hit. I almost, you sit there like, that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
All right, 1v3. Let's go, Speedy. That's one name we've not been saying much. Is it your time? No.
Apparently not. Well, Mousesports, they're just trying to close it down. They're just going fast towards our side. There's no real rhyme or reason to it. So we need 1 round to go. We're hitting absolutely every shot. Let's just keep rushing main and end this as quickly as possible. Hellraisers do find something here, but still need 9 rounds in a row to actually just force overtime. Money still available for Mousesports, of course. So we'll see where this one has a few more rounds left in it. At this point, Hellraisers, obviously, it's not a best of 3. They need to try and win this. You're going to try and keep alive as long as possible with the scoreline as respectable as you can. There's still quite a new team. They can learn from every single round and have more rounds to look at going forward. But Mousesports almost certainly going to win this now.
Yeah, exactly. They're in such a good spot. Dead Fox is spotted, 1 crossing towards the right, still keeping eyes towards the left. And close games matter in this league at the moment. They do make a difference. You want to get as many rounds as possible. That does come into the equation if you're in a tiebreaker situation, I believe. If Delayham's been telling me the correct things, I do believe he is right on this one. A lot of utility used in towards Ivy, and they just don't expect the instant push. And Dead Fox wants a little bit of that Chris J action, and he's going to get it. Nico gets denied as well. Good stuff from him. Pop flash out, though, going to make it tricky. He's going to have to back away from this and just can't get out of the flash quick enough. And now the support is there. Angels come around, and actually, we've been holding, there's been a bit of a hold here. Finally, Hellraisers have the buy to try and challenge for now. And Mousesports being reminded, being humbled a little bit in this one. Chris J, though, isn't a 1v3, but Angels should.
They're not exactly running the default right now, but Chris looking to get some more flare rolling here. Can't actually land the shot. That could have been the moment to get him into it, but he takes a ton of damage there. Goes down to 18 HP. And at this point, he probably can't win the round. Might try and stay with the orb, but he's got 45 seconds to try and do that. This will be a little bit of a boring time as he's going to be hiding towards dumpsters and stuff and trying to see if a CD decides to rush him. At this point, when you know he's got an AWP and he's like T-spawn, it's not even worth trying to go for that hunt. You know he's going to have the advantage. You have no idea where he's going to be hiding. And it looks like he will save the AWP. He's got 30 seconds left. You can see the CDs just being as hidden as possible here, as trying not to give anything away, not going for the hunt. But Chris J,
Is he
he's feeling it.
this?
Yeah, he fancies it. I guess at this point he doesn't know as people are coming in from inside and stuff, so you might as well see what he can do.
He's hit it. He's hit the shot.
Can you imagine?
Angel!
Yeah.
Oh, skinny your teeth,
close.
buddy. Skinny your teeth. All right. Now the money's at least run out for Mousesports, so we actually might see a little bit of a close
Surely not
scoreline
going to
here.
force into this. Surely not.
No, you gotta sit back at some point and go, we can just clean eco. They're gonna drop some pistols out, that's fine. So who was who had the money? It was Dennis who's just gonna drop out some deagles. Probably knowing CSGO at the moment, Henry, this is probably the round they're gonna win. I'm gonna bank on it.
I
Nico's gonna take
wouldn't
down
be
4.
surprised. It shouldn't be the round they win, but
No,
it might well be. You never know.
No, it should be fun. They've got the utility at plenty. They're in good positions. They're, Hellraisers should be able to get this one under wraps, but a crouching Nico just wrecks Sticko there. That's not how you want it to be going down. Bondic now wants to avenge his fallen teammate. He does exactly that. Lol falls. Dead Fox finds 1. And Chris J not going to get any play here. It's down to Spiddy in a 1v4. Dead Fox could fall, and any sort of damage here is good at this point. Mousesports have plenty of rounds to play with. If they keep that money low on Hellraisers, that'd be ideal, but it's not going to happen. Dead Fox stays alive, and Hellraisers making this game look a little more respectable here, but the problem is that Mousesports are already on 15. One single mistake, one big moment from Nico, Chris J, whoever it may be, pretty much ruins every chance for Hellraisers here.
Yeah, at this point, Hellraisers is just trying to boost the score a little bit, get it more respectable going forward. It looks better overall. I'm not sure if round difference is a thing in Pro League. I don't think it is. But
I can find out.
I think actually,
I think it actually does come down to it.
Yeah,
if it comes
so
down to
actually, I
tiebreakers.
guess every single round is important, right? So you might as well do what you can, obviously. I'm not going to suggest you try and end it, but like it's still important they're winning rounds. Is the point I'm trying to make. So we go into this one. And it's going to be 15-8. We do feel like Mousesports going to close this one out. They've been a little bit loose here, just trying to close as quickly as possible. We haven't seen a full default, but now we have got that. And we'll be players towards inside. One holding main entrance as well. 3 towards Ivy. Just trying to find that first pick, but Dead Fox needs to be landing shots now.
That's what I see. Dead Fox has been pretty quiet. I spoke a little bit about this guy before. He had a nice couple of performances that we saw when he initially joined the line. We'll see that consistency hopefully coming through to him now being the primary AWP here for Hellraisers. Gonna not be him to be taking down Nico. It's actually Sticko on top of the terrain. He's perfectly fine on this one. And Mousesports just being worked down 1 by 1 here. They're not having much play to this round at all. Lol might fancy his chances trying to play out towards B, but there's still 2 players here. Again, Hellraisers haven't had to kind of spread out further. The 3 players on A have been perfectly handling it. And you're down to Dennis and Spiddy.
Sometimes it can be difficult. Well, it can be quite easy, I should say, to actually get caught up in the romance of the idea you've got such a sick game here. You're wrecking them in every single round. You're getting those amazing plays. And you get to round number 15 to try and close out all these looser rushes and stuff like that. Then the money starts going away, and then Hellraisers start turning up and hitting some shots. And you're just like, maybe a few arguments come in. It can be a bit frustrating to try and close these games. Still not got to the point of danger, I'd say, for Mousesports. We're definitely struggling, not finding a single kill in this round as of yet. That's the bomb dropped as well. Just Dennis, and he'll go down. It's actually Sticker to find the last 2 headshots, and they haven't reached double figures just yet, but considering the money left for Mousesports, they might be thinking about taking a pause there just to close things out in the next round, make sure they do it. When it gets to like 11, 12, that's when you start thinking, okay, there's a chance now. We need to actually just wake up and just close this up properly.
Yeah, we'll see when it comes in. That's the thing. At the moment, they're going back on the Deagles.
Yeah.
Nico going for armor with it as well.
Yeah, they've got
1.6.
no smokes here, but maybe a similar approach you saw from Hellraisers in the first half, just flashing over towards main entrance and sticking together, hoping he can catch a player out of position. As Nico just dancing in front of that fire there, seeing if he can find a gap. That smoke actually helps out though.
Helps tremendously at that point. He's got a nice little angle towards connectors. No one can push to electric now or push up towards pop. But they're working with Deagles and a Glock on Chris J, because he obviously wants to build towards the AWP as fast as he can off the back of this. Sicko giving away the position could be dangerous, but he's fine at the moment. Can follow up with a nade. Does a good bit of damage towards Nico. If anyone you get the damage on, Nico and Lol are probably the players you want to be arguing that you want to be getting that little bit of early damage towards. You can take them out of the game a little bit further. But Mousesports can take this time to discuss as well. This is the ample opportunity to discuss those bigger rounds coming in, get a feel of where these guys are playing, how they're playing it out. Speed there just testing over by B. Nade's going to almost take him down.
So after finding match points here, Mousesports have now got to lose, well, presumably going to lose 5 rounds in a row. This will be number 5. This could be maximum loss bonus at that point. If they lose the next one, that's when things start to get interesting. We said about 11 to 12, that's when it starts to unfold. But Lau, he does hit a bit of a stinker there towards Sticko, and now it's going to be 4 and 2. Still not going to be able to pick up the round, but Chris J are now trying to do what they can. Lau finds a second, of course.
Nice slow crouch peek, always handy.
Yeah.
Also be thanking Bondic for that one. So Lol and Chris J left standing. And Dead Fox should be fine in this. There's actually 2 players low here. Angel's pretty low, and so is Zero, but Dead Fox is basically where the buck ends. The buck stops with him. The bomb's down in a reachable position. 20 seconds, though. Oh, God, as if this is going to happen. 3 kills. This shouldn't go any further. This should be fine. He knows where 1 is. There should be a player to his right. He should be fine. He shouldn't be able to get away with this. There we go, fine. Thank you, Zero. I start getting nervous when it gets down to the kind of 1v2. Zero's on 42 HP. You've got Dead Fox, who knows? But they're okay. They've got good money now, Hellraisers, so they can keep going on these nice buys and get that fully flushed out buy. Double AWP even as well. A lovely addition.
It can be detrimental sometimes as well. The double AWP setup, great on train for sure, but if this is the round Mousesports to the full execution of the wall of smokes, that's when the AWPs become a little less effective, right? And definitely on the retake. Let's see what comes in. I'm sure it'll be more of a default still. From Mousesports overall. I don't really need to go for the Hail Marys just yet. Still 5 rounds in their favour. It's not got too scary as of yet, but we'll see what happens here. The first exchange comes in. No one dying just yet. Dead Fox once again been strong towards Ivy so far, but this time he will be fully challenged by Chris J. Flash comes in. Oh, he gets fully affected by it as well. Tried to dodge it, but didn't really work out for him.
And now he has no play towards the angle. He's going to respond with a smoke, try and regain some sort of presence here. He might have seen the player. I think it was Nico just hopping over the top. He might have seen that. Not too sure how much that smoke had plumed by that point. So Dead Fox is going to be kept to this position pretty much. And Nico's just testing that smoke. Is he pushed up? Is he trying to get an angle on me? Let me just test the waters here. And Dead Fox is going to hold the kind of jump through the peek over the box and just see what happens. Now, no one's really here. Nico's peeling off of that. So they've done a little bit of a job. They've pulled out some utility. They've got some presence shown. They know roughly what's happening here. But still, Mousesports yet to fully commit to anything. Still just working through the motions, looking for opportunities. Is there aggression anywhere? No. Right now, Hellraisers are sitting there waiting for what's going to come their way. 52 seconds to find out as well. It looks like a B hit's about to come through. Zero's up close and Angel's in the back.
We still have 4 smokes available as well. We're expecting some sort of execution coming in. This will be the final play towards that end of bomb site. Angel, though, the double AWP setup, he'll be on the upper ramp for now, but that's normally a position that will be smoked out. He'll have to reposition, drop down potentially as well. Trying to deny the plan coming in. It will be 30 seconds remaining. When Mousesports actually go for this one, they have got the AWP in the hands of Chris J, of course. He'll be holding the lower ramp while his teammates try to advance to the bomb site. Time ticking away here. Angel going to be challenged as this first smoke comes in and the Molotovs drop as well.
Yeah, Bondik's already in connector as well. This could be a quick rotate from Hellraisers. Let's see if they can just weather the initial storm. Flash come out. Zero is not blind. He should be able to handle it, but no. Nico finds him, but it's traded out. Bondik still stands tall and denies Chris J as well. Lovely addition to that. Now, it's hit the brakes. We've got no options here. Spitty and Lol just want to keep hold of what they've got. And again, 3 AWPs now collected for Hellraisers. I don't know if you want that.
Interested how Mousesports aren't smoking the lower ramp at all. You're doing a full execution with the Molotovs and flashes, but you're not actually doing the most default smoke down the lower ramp to stop that being a problem right in front of you. There's a smoke dropped there. Here comes the pause. There's a smoke dropped on top of the lower ramp from the CTs. Actually makes you have a full grey screen coming in. The time's ticked away. They have to go for it. And Hellraisers now it's getting scary. He said 11. That was the danger point for Mousesports to take a pause at this point. They're not so much up in Cloud9 right now, not the CS team. But it's not so... Probably not having as much fun as they were before when Chris J was finding those 4-mans and stuff. Hellraisers have actually made this an interesting game. Money's still a maximum loss bonus, but they don't get the bomb down. So it's still going to be a difficult buy. They may have jumped the gun here a little bit, investing straight away. You can see 2 players will be limited. It'll be Chris J's only got 3,500, Nico only 39. Yes, there's enough for an AK and armor, but in terms of getting the smokes and Molotovs, they're not going to have that available. So this is a real chance for Hellraisers to potentially get back into this. Who would have thought? What was it, like 9 match points Mousesports had at one point?
They had 4 rounds at the half,
yeah.
And now they pulled it back to this sort of scoreline as well. So, and considering we saw how that initially went, Hellraisers picked up the first pistol. It was like, oh, okay, we've finally got a game. And then you saw Mousesports going on that, well, not crazy buy, but that kind of throwback buy almost with the kind of 2-ish rifles and everyone else forcing up. It turned it around. Hellraisers' money was completely gone, completely ruined. And Mousesports, of course, pushed themselves towards that match point. No, they've really brought this back. It's credit to keeping that mentality, I guess, in the right place.
Absolutely. To take each round as it comes. It's not over until you see number 16 at the top there. I thought, considering the form we saw Mousesports in, that they was going to close it as quickly as possible, but maybe that was their problem. They thought it was done before it was, and they just kept rushing. They were being a little bit audacious in terms of the way they were playing the map. There's looking like they're having a bit too much fun with it, and if they do end up losing this one, they're going to be absolutely gutted considering the way they've been playing in this series so far. We go into the unpause just about. I can see the buys coming in. It finalizes their 3 AKs. No, I think Lowell and Speedy still have some residual cash to get nades. They're probably just working out where they want to go with it, whether it's going to be execution based or get some Molotovs to try and flush them out, where they know they are. And double AWPs once again for Hellraisers. The unpause comes in. So it is 4 AKs. Chris J just in a Tech 9. But he's left himself 2,800, so they're not really going all in this round. They're saving him enough cash to have the AWP potential going forward.
All right, so 2 smokes. Lol and Speedy going to be the only 2 to really be able to kind of define this map as to how they want to. I think think someone's just gone back and bought a molly. That's Dennis, so maybe a B hit coming through here quite possibly. I'm not too sure as of yet. It's still very early into this one. No one really giving away too much, but Log going to get very early presence towards those brown halls, and Zero playing a dangerous game there. Got to be careful not to give away too much early on, but the rest of Mousesports just kind of taking their time, just not really committing anywhere here. A little bit towards Ivy, I guess.
Yeah, it's very much a default at this point. Still maximum loss spend, like I said, so getting 3,400 each time, that's going to be ringing true until they win a round. Obviously, that's when the game's over, so they'll have it up until overtime if required. It's kind of nuts to think this game is actually going that direction. Run boost. Oh, Dead Fox tries to pull the trigger. That one was a little bit too fast. Very difficult to hit that shot. And we'll see whether this does anything to the CTs when he's going to pull a rotation in. The bomb's still towards T-spawn area for now, as Angel rotates toward her.
And that bomb is in the hands of Spitty, so keep your eyes on where he goes towards on this one. There's still Angel over by B. There's still a lot to be played for here. Dead Fox spots out one by main. Nico now steps out. They now roughly have an idea of what's coming their way. The call goes towards Bondic. He gets Nico out, but Spitty's still there. And Sticko being a beast by Ivy is huge. That denies Chris J and Dennis the step towards the site, leaving it in the hands of Lol and Spitty, and they have nothing left to play with in the form of utility, so it's all down to those rifles in hand. They've recovered a molly there, actually, not too bad for them. But Zero's in the back. This is not looking so good for them. You've got Dead Fox by Hell. It's going to be tough for them to find any chances, but they've sucked their way through towards the old bomb train. Now, Angel's going to be watching that, but Spitty, don't get Twitch chat like this. There we go. Angel's going to be holding the angle anyway. That's fine for him. That's what he was waiting on. Those double ops actually being okay so far, not being put in the position of playing retakes or anything of the such, and now Zero's in a great position of power. Lol, easily picked up, and Hellraisers keep this one in check. Now, as you said, this is getting to that nerve-wracking point, hence why we saw that pause. It's when you start going, guys, what happened? Guys, we had so many rounds. What's, you know, this is when we're gonna see that kind of fiery character that maybe Nico
yeah,
has.
Exactly. I was about to say, this is when the bickering really starts. They've already used their pause. They really can't close this one out, and the money's still poor. They're gonna have to take another partial buy here, and that'll be 15-13. Hellraisers actually made this a possibility, a real possibility on the CT side as well. We said the T sides would be poor with the new addition of Lowell as well. Seems like they can't close this one out. They were relying on big performances before when the money was in their favor. Now it's not the case. The double orb setup is completely shutting them down. They head towards inside, but like you said, there's no reason why they can't win this round. Still, Mousesports could just end this right now when it's just getting exciting, but we'll see what they bring to the table. There are 5 players towards inside. With the 4 smokes they have for flashbangs, you'd assume it'd be more of the same. Inside execution. And here it comes. Will that first kill work out? It does for Nico.
Nico just powers through. Zero's gone, but they know what's going on now. Angel's still alive, but you've got a quick push from Nico and Dennis trying to get him down, and they get it done. Nico is taking matters into his own hands. If he can't depend on his teammates, he'll do it all himself. Now, Dennis finds Sticko, but Bondic's back to the wall, and of course, this is how they win the game. Nico going for the big kills here, and there we go. Lol closes it down in the end. The quick hit towards B finally works out. Sadly for Zero, the timing wasn't on his side. He backed away, the push through. It all came through at the worst timing possible, but what looked like a completely one-sided affair did end up being a little bit more competitive than we expected.
You, Pro League, you can never run away with a game. It never happens.
I should listen to you more, Henry.
Yeah. So
never doubt Henry G.
Mousesports there with like a 15-6 lead at one point, and then actually making that possible for them. Like I said, there's being a little bit too cavalier towards their outside plays. It's looking like they thought it was over before it was. That can be work on kind of 2 sides of the map, right? Sometimes you think like you're done and you can actually throw the game away, but they managed to almost bring Hellraisers back into it with some pretty interesting plays towards the end there. To be fair though, Mousesports overall, great performance in terms of when they got to match point, then it kind of fell apart at that point, but still they win.
Yeah, I think we're just seeing what can happen on the T side with new players. You don't have that full kind of confidence to go through. Well, they had confidence aplenty. I should say they didn't have the full execution to close it down. But that is it for this one. Mousesports eventually do pick up those 2 wins, the 2 map wins that they need, because this is getting towards the end of the season. So guys on the desk, break that one down for us.
7 map wins with Lowell. 7 maps played. Not bad for Mouse, eh?
6.
They just played 2.
Yeah.
I thought you said it was 5 before. Oh, did you include it?
Included. It's all right.
You ruined my intro.
It's okay.
Can we try again?
No, we can't.
Can we do the bumper again, please, producer? Can we do that?
No, he says no. He says no. Okay. He definitely says no.
Fine.
So
we went into that second half, albeit expecting something quite magical to happen for Hellraisers.
Well, it did.
And it did.
But I think Mousesports took their foot off the pedal. They were pretty loose. There was about 3 rounds there where they were very loose. They were sending 3 players towards Ivy, 1 player towards inside, 1 player towards Pop, and they were just getting picked apart. They weren't doing things as a team. They were just trying to make individual plays, because that whole game was basically awesome individual plays by the Mousesports players. Nico was going off. He got that ace in Brown Walls. There was Chris J when he ran out mid with the AWP and he just killed like 4 people in 5 seconds. That
How
was pretty
hot
nuts.
was that?
And it was just, here
Oh,
it
this is
is right
sick.
here. It was just individual plays and we're just pushing Mouse to the limit and giving them a really convincing first half. And then, you know, had that loose style, started to fall apart. Hellraisers clawed back in. And then Nico at the end, he was like, I've had enough, boys. I'm just going to run inside and get 3 Tech 9 kills and an assist, and away she goes.
Let's end it, basically, was the statement from Nico. And it
He had
was the
enough.
Nico show. I mean, it's the same story again and again. I feel like every time we have Mousesports here in Pro League, it is going to be the bottom line is just Nico is a fantastic player, and Mousesports are going to be riding that hype wave. Of course, we saw it now. It was a team effort. Great to see everyone performing at a consistent level. And we saw Nico's tweet. They're locked in for Sao
I think they're
Paulo.
going to Brazil.
I
Congratulations,
think they're going to Brazil
Mousesports.
as well. Mousesports are going to be going to ESL finals over in Brazil. That's
I got
awesome.
this one again for you, Alex. So while we were, I know we're not closing yet, but I'm just going to do it anyway. While we were sitting there, it popped up on my telephone from the Score Esports app that Nitro is no longer in-game leading for Liquid. It's now Hiko. He's back doing it again.
Yeah, I mean, it was Hiko on in-game leading, and then he stepped down, then Nitro stepped up and stuck for a bit, then got okay at it, and now he stepped down, now Hiko's go.
If people want to get that application, where can they find it?
iOS and Google Play on your smartphone device. Thanks, Chad, I appreciate that.
No worries.
But yeah, go grab it on that phone. They'll probably explain it a bit better than we did, so that you can get all the information there. You can see the little kind of timeline of how Liquid's in-game leadership has shifted back and forth, to and fro. I think we should take a break, Chad.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, we're going to take a break, and when we do come back, we're going to be seeing G2 go up against Astralis. Should be intriguing to see how the young blood, and we mean young, 16-year-old player.
Baby-faced.
Baby-faced, indeed. We're going to be checking out how new blood on the block for Astralis does perform in the absence of Carrigan. We'll be talking all about that after the break.